Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara. All relations. This is the Makara field guide towards developing your most natural self. Okay. So most of what you want in this world is imported. It's copy pasted from culture, comparison, or just general trends, right? Do you really want what you want, or do you want based on what all these influencers are telling you that you want? Right? So this is the first thing you got to understand. Your natural self isn't chasing carrots. Okay. It's pulled by something called the daimon, what you're mysteriously drawn to, what you're really good at, and what gives you meaning, not necessarily pleasure. So stop letting the billboard in your head choose your life. Promotion, praise, rich and famous, those are rental desires. Touch them and your fingers pass through air. The real thing doesn't need explanation, doesn't need applause or a business case. It moves you anyway. It rarely maximizes comfort. It maximizes meaning. It maximizes lore and building character. And so, yes, it often feels like a noble burden that you're carrying. You're chained to the gift you didn't pick. But that chain is how you got free of yourself. So, spot the counterfeits or the imported ones. They have an iPhone, so I must have an iPhone. Okay, that's coming from comparison. Oh, but it will look so good on my CV or my LinkedIn. Needs justification, right? Promises of status and comfort more than aliveness. Aliveness. High hype, low afterglow. I want you right now to try this out. Put your fingers like this and visualize total success for just 60 seconds. Good. Notice how your body feels. You notice this kind of deep feeling of rightness. It just feels right. Good. Now, if you're not feeling anything or you're not getting that deep rightness afterwards, it's probably dopamine static. It's probably imported. Okay. These are the symbols and signs of the natural self for you to watch out for. Number one, you just feel this inexplicable pull. You don't know why, but you're like, I just need to do this. I just need to do this. The next thing is meaning over mood, okay? You may not enjoy the grind or working, but the aftertaste is meaning. Competence blooms, okay? You're good, or you become good unnaturally fast. That's something that's meant for you. The next thing is it is self-propelling, meaning you keep showing up without any external push for it. Then it's the anti-comfort bias. Doesn't necessarily help status, rent, or safety. And it's an evolving form. The essence of the practice stays, the expression morphs, right? It becomes multifaceted, multidimensional, not a single lane, not a unidimensional character that's just in a single way, right? But it gives you this incredible holistic approach. And finally, a sense of destiny. It's a quiet, it's mine. It's mine already. That's the click, okay? So, a couple of practices that I want to share with you guys to build this natural self, okay? First things first, attention training, okay? Walking, device free, naming five sights, five sounds, five sensations. Attention is the only step because everything else grows from your attention. That's why this is key and important, guys. Next is we list our five current wants, our desires, and we tag it. Is this a natural want or desire, or is it imported? Is it copied? Is it fake? Is it inaccurate? Catch it. You can put N for natural, I for imported next to it, right? Then you can drop the I desire each week. Even symbolically, you can erase it. You can do a ritual that gets rid of it, right? Stuff like this. Next is regret alchemy. Write down your biggest life chase that fell flat and extract three truths that it taught you and turn each truth into a principle or a boundary. Therefore, your regret becomes tuition, not poison. Then you got to pick the thing you're best at that yields meaning. And do that for 30 to 90 minutes daily, regardless of your mood. The chain to your gift is your freedom from self-tyranny. Friction fasting, okay? So no numbing yourself, sugar hits, doom scrolling, gossip. For a fixed window of time, replace it with your gift reps, removing static so the daimon can be heard. Make sure you're building a portfolio for yourself, not a prison. Keep one core lane, your gift chain, and one side exploration that explores form, some the same essence, but it's a new medium. Okay. For instance, the theme of my life is flow. I'll explore that throughout every other discipline, right? So it becomes multidisciplinary for me. So I'll see flow in relationships, I'll see flow in business, I'll see flow in health, I'll experience flow in creativity. Okay. So once I find out what is truly my joy, then I create a structure around it. I was also asking Ryan G these questions, and one of them, which was very, very potent and powerful, which I highly recommend you guys do this as well, is what problem would you be willing to dedicate your life to solving, even if no one understood? Right? That was the first question. There's a bunch of other questions you can ask him later about it, but that's the core one, right? Even if you were misunderstood, you would follow that. That is 100% a sign that you got to do that thing. Okay. Because it's not about being understood. It's about that inner calling that you want to translate, right? Like I understood the archetype for me this month was actually Hermes because I have to merge the spiritual world with this world to be able to thrive and actually function, right? So, do I feel steadily right? Do a meaning check after any session, flow state task. If yes, then double down on that. If no, was it imported? Was it mood chasing? Okay. When a shiny goal appears, you ask it, if no one ever knew I did this, would I still do it? Okay. That's how you pop the carrot, right? If no one ever knew that I did this. I didn't have to share it with anybody. And I wouldn't be allowed to share it with anybody. Would I still do it? Would I still do the task, right? Even if there were no peering eyes over me or on me. Okay. Then you got to notice your body's barometer. Okay. Imagine you doing that task for an entire year and notice your body's barometer. How are you breathing? If your body's super tight, it's probably imported, probably copied, probably fake. It's not a real desire. It doesn't sit true to you. Okay. But if your body feels spaciousness, meaning you have more room to breathe, more room to move, and your energy becomes expansive out like this, that means it's natural. It's very natural to you, in fact. And in fact, you might have even explored it through past timelines, past lives, right? So if you feel, yes, I feel steadily right, even if this goal I was chasing for an entire year, it would still be fulfilling. That's the thing to move forwards towards. You see how this is refining down back to our purpose, guys? Because does this increase my meaning or just my metrics? That's such a good question. If you didn't waste your life, you paid nature's tuition in full. Now, if you're listening to this and you really struggle with being on time and all these kinds of things, if you realize late, remember you didn't waste your life. You paid nature's tuition in full. So convert sorrow into a teaching, a boundary, or a service. That's actually heroic that you did that. It's not failure, right? So pick one of these mantras and say it to yourself. Meaning over mood. I serve the gift, not the billboard, right? Attention is the way. Change to my gift. I am free. Okay? One of these statements that you can just start saying to yourself, which will remind you to extract meaning from your life. Extract meaning, meaning extraction, right? And why do we call ourselves monkeys in this? We use the word monkey mind, right? Not because we forgot science class. I know we're apes, but monkey hits harder, right? Monkey sticks, monkey stings. I'm a monkey? What are you saying, right? But here's the deal. You're a god, but not the god your ego imagines in the mirror. If you let that inner monkey slap on a halo and start ooh, ooh ah ah, right? And saying, I am the Almighty, you don't get wisdom, you get chaos. You get banana flavored narcissism with a Messiah complex. And history shows us that nothing's more dangerous than a monkey who thinks he's the Messiah. So the reminder is simple. Yes, the divine lives through you, but the you that scrolls Instagram, gets jealous, cuts people off in traffic, that ain't the divine. That's the monkey. That's the ooh, ooh ah ah. That's the primal. So if you don't check the sutra, the code, right, it'll burn down your life while calling it enlightenment. So think of it like this. Your voice can be an instrument or a hammer if you just use it. You make noise. If you play it, you make music. Same thing I was saying yesterday, right? Same with your soul. The monkey makes noise. The self that is eternal makes symphonies. So when I say monkey, I'm not insulting you, okay? I'm saving you. I'm putting a guardrail on the path so you don't drive off the cliff of spiritual ego. Because God doesn't strut around or brag, it doesn't need applause, it just is. The energy just is. And when you finally can see that, you don't become a monkey with a crown. You drop the crown and you realize you were the throne all along. Everybody is hunting for life's recipe, right? Go to school, get a job, buy the house, lock down a spouse, two kids, maybe a labradoodle, and a white picket fence, right? That's the official formula. But here's the truth. That's not a recipe. That's a cage with better furniture. Look at your own fingerprints. Nobody's got the same, right? If nature really wanted to copy paste humans, we would all be asexual clones, right? Splitting like bacteria. Instead, nature rolled the dice and threw variety everywhere and said, All right, let's see what this one does. That means your life is not about following some corporate brochure. Your life is the damn experiment. Living fully isn't about work hard, play hard. Living fully is about giving yourself permission to actually hear your own signal beneath the static. To stop asking the world, is it okay to live my way? And start declaring, I'm already doing it. But most folks, they gum up their own strings. You're a violin built for symphonies. You're out here duct taping the chords, trying to play the top 40 of the top 40 hits of cultural approval, right? No wonder you sound out of tune. No wonder you feel hollow. There isn't one meaning of life. There's 8 billion, one for each human breathing. Your meaning doesn't need to be approved by your parents, your boss, your pastor, your Instagram followers. It needs to feel like fire in your ribs when you wake up. So drop the cultural hallucination, right? Burn the generic recipe card and give yourself the damn permission slip because life is not about you. It's about what life wants to create through you. Can I get an amen? Swaha, shalom, salam, something, okay? You're not the final product. You are the instrument. And the only sin is never letting yourself get played by the music that's been in you since day one. So purpose is not a hobby. It's not a cute slogan you tape on a vision board. Purpose is the engine of the cosmos roaring through your veins. It's the throne beyond the fire in the center of your chest that refuses to go out, no matter how many times life dumps water on you. So purpose is the knot breaker, right? It shatters the grantis, the knots in the body that's blocking Kundalini. It's what pushes the Kundalini through the locked gates, what turns suffering into sacred math, what alchemizes betrayal into gold sculpture. Every scar you've got, that's initiation. Every heartbreak, that's tuition you paid for the curriculum of becoming. And the whole universe is conspiring to ask you, will this person embody why they came here? Or will they keep sleepwalking through someone else's dream? Purpose is not comfort. It will drag you into deserts, crucibles, and labyrinths. It will humiliate your small self until the big self is the only thing left standing. But when you say yes, when you align with that impossible calling that terrifies you and excites you in the same breath, and suddenly time bends for you, the past becomes your forge, the future becomes your crown, and you stand in the eternal now as a sovereign king or queen. And this is why the masters Jesus, Muda, Germain, Metatron, they weren't afraid of the darkness. They weren't trying to be perfect dolls of light, right? They balanced the skills inside, integrated as the priest or priestess beast, right? They lived as purpose in flesh, and you are being asked to do the same, which is why you found this video, why you found this channel. So stop asking, what's my purpose? Your pain has already told you what your purpose is. Your obsessions have already told you. Your nightmares, your synchronicities, your secret longings. They are clues. They are the fingerprints of God tattooed across your life. So purpose is not something you chase. Purpose is something you become. And once you burn in it and with it, the world bends. Purpose is not something you chase. Purpose is something you become. And once you burn with it, the world bends. People feel it before you speak. You become the tuning fork that reminds them of their own forgotten song. And that right there is the epicness of it. You don't just live out your purpose. You ignite purpose everywhere you walk. So be it. Swaha. Thank you so much for tapping in. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. You got this. We got this. Upward Spiral Gang to infinity and beyond. Us, let's win. Boom.